Hey Gemini, Luna here with the Artisan Tarot. Sorry, I'm like trying to get this. Ugh. I apologize, y'all. It's been a weird a weird last week, and its energy, the density's just been around, and I'm just like, nah. I'm doing these readings for you guys, but honestly, like, I'm not feeling the world, but it's funny because when I do these readings, I do feel the world. So, give me just a second here, Gemini, while I go ahead and get started into your reading. Oh, before I get fully started, I did just want to point out that I still have on my Patreon the full moon reading for Libra. Just because it passed doesn't mean you still can't learn anything, because when I post the new one, those readings are going to be interconnected. So make sure to head over to Patreon, $35 for that per month for that tier. I also have your rites, rituals, spell work, and incantations posted, Gemini, for your sign, also on Patreon for the month. So make sure to get that as well. Now, Gemini, I know we talked about your 12th house of endings and new beginnings last week being on a very weird horizon. And well, the weird horizon is coming closer and closer. And I, as a Scorpio being, am feeling way more dense. But I don't know about you. Are you feeling the density? Are you feeling pushback? Like, I have a TikTok on. I have a TikTok account. So if you want to join me there, you can. But I know I've been feeling it the last week. And see, this is the thing. When I have air sign placements in Gemini in my charts, that when I feel pushed, I will verbally, like, go. As a Scorpio, and, you know, my Mercury's in Sagittarius, I will go and just announce how things are, why I don't like them, what's the deal, you know. And most people don't like that, but Geminis respect me for that. Don't really know why, but it's like we vibe on that level. But there was a Gemini in this house for Easter, and I was like, I had to leave the room. I couldn't be around them. Like, not to be mean, but I couldn't be around them because their energy was so dense, and I had a migraine, like a massive migraine all morning long. And all week long, I had been fighting it, you know, off and on. And it just would not let up. And I was just like, I can't deal with this dense energy and my migraine at the same time. Like, I'm just going to go to my room in the back and wait till they leave. Because I'm going to say something to hurt this person's feelings, like I already knew. And I was like, I'm just going to take the lesser of two evils here and choose to go lay down in my room with my eyes closed and the blinds drawn, because that's how bad my migraines get. So, Gemini, if you've been dense and people are fleeing from you, it might be because they don't want to hurt your feelings, or it could be they're just feeling this dense energy and you may not recognize it. Some of you might and some of you not. If you're like, hey, why are all these people leaving me? Like, oh, you know, you're kind of annoyed. It's probably because you're intense in your energy, and you need to figure out what's causing the intensity. Because it could be just the general astrology, which there's a major astrological event where things are starting to really line up. And that's making everybody intense. But for you, Gemini, since you're the one who communicates the most with people, because you're the first primordial being of communication, it might make you feel a little bit more combative in your energy, and people might not be up for that, or they might not be in good health to withstand that. So, like in my case, so they might just be like, I'm dipping out. I'll talk to you later. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means right now I can't handle both. Like, I gotta pick one or the other. And, you know, so you gotta really think about it. You gotta think about what's going on with others. And I know that's kind of a weird thing for me to say, because Gemini, I feel like you talk first, think of others later. But this is a time where we're in a time where we need to start not only thinking about ourselves, but others. And how, as we get closer to your birthday season, I feel like that's going to be even more prevalent. And so just get used to it. Like, not to be mean, but like, you got to get used to it, Gemini. You know, it's not always going to be about your twins. And that, I know, is kind of harsh. But like, even I have worked with Apollo and Artemis, and I got to be honest, they usually see the bigger picture. When they are emotionally upset, or it's hit close to family in the mythologies. They sometimes don't. But that's the nature of how they have learned, and the mythologies of their stories are meant to teach us things about not only themselves, but ourselves and humanity as a whole. And so working with Artemis and Apollo, it's an intense energy. It's polarity. It's juxtaposition of divine masculine and feminine together in the same body. And it is not easy to navigate sometimes. And so right now in your 11th and 12th house, you've got Eris and Chiron in your 11th with your friends, kind of in your social life, kind of making things harsh and painful. And then you've got a whole bunch of activity about to hit your 12th with Taurus, and you're just sitting here like, when's it gonna hit? When is the next egg gonna drop? And that can sometimes be very uncomforting, because the anxiety of waiting for the floor to cave or all that, that's even worse than when it does hit, because it's almost like you're planning for it and you're planning for it, and you're constantly on edge. And it's like, yo, with your 12th house, I need you to relax. And I know some of you may not have 12th house in Taurus, but the progressive energy will still affect your other placements. Even though you're an air sign, it is still going to affect Virgo or Capricorn in your chart. May not be as intense, but it still will affect you. You know, I had a guy call me on the psychic hotlines this weekend. I didn't even know I was online. And then he called me for a reading and then tried to school me on astrology. And I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for like 14 years. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm just letting you know, this is how Mercury really does work. Like, this is how I've seen him unfold personally, like as a reader. You know, not just with my mythology and research from being an art historian, but how I've seen him play out. And he pretty much plays out to a T of the mythology. Like, mythology don't lie. And it's kind of weird for me to tell you guys that while all this is going on, to chill out, but I've really learned with the mythology in particular, with Mercury in the 12th, and there's all this activation going on, it is kind of a good time right now to get done what needs to get done directionally. And if it can wait till June, put it off, unless it's a medical thing. Please go get that checked. But if it's like something major, like a move or something like that, if it can wait till Mercury goes direct, I would wait till Mercury goes direct. I really would, because you don't need Mercury adding more stress into your 12th house of endings, new beginnings, magic, etc. And he's trying to get you to reflect, and you're trying to go forward, and your frequency and his frequency are doing this, okay? Which causes friction and problems, right? So how do we fix that? Well, we got to adjust course and have the twins go this way. Honestly, which with Mars in Taurus moving in that direction, it's also going to cause an activation with these divine feminine masculine polarities within you, Gemini, which may or may not help you or hinder you. But the feminine's going to want you to relax, and the masculine's going to want to say, I got to be active. But it's not a time to be active as you would like. And that can be difficult. So the card we have is a blessing of the shining ones. Ooh, I actually pulled this card one other time, but I gotta be honest, the message did not sink in, because I was like, it's a good message though. I remember that. Okay. Blessing of the shining ones is a fairy gift so that you too shine with an inner radiance. Oh, okay, I think I remember this, but let's go ahead and read from the book and then I'll elaborate. So, let this gift of the shining ones bring you blessings from your own abilities to shine in the world, beloved one. You are now given the gift from the realm where once the great Tuda Dudana, the people of the land of the goddess Dana, the old fairy tribes of the ancient Ireland, ruled and kept the balance of all things. They bless you now with the gift of the gift you need most at this time. Simply close your eyes for a moment and see the glow, the radiance emitted by the energy within you and all around you. Now see that shining self begin to grow stronger and larger and more visible to your spirit eyes, meaning your third eye, or could be in the dream realm. Actually, if you're going to do this, you could do this in meditative state, or you could do it in the astral realm while you're asleep. Just make sure you put up the proper protections before you do so. Let's see. With this gift, your radiance is strengthened so that now you shine within the world and can be seen, recognized, and offered good fortune and bounty. Your light is a lamp for the world, and it is a beautiful one to behold. This time will bring you unexpected kindness and easeful movement in achieving goals that are best for your soul, as well as a sense of being recognized and cared for by those who have that touch of the shining blood within them too, meaning other Fae beings. Blessings of the shining ones to you, friends. So, Gemini, I feel like this is actually the best card for you to receive right now before we head into retrograde. I really do, because it's almost like you're going into this relaxation mode, and it kind of feels like it fit with what I said of, dude, you need to relax. Like, you need to chill out, because when you take a moment to chill out instead of rushing and doing what the planets want you to do, you're not only calm, cleared, and centered, but you're also at it. Sorry, I'm having to fan myself. It is ridiculously hot in here. But every time I do readings, I get hot. So, sorry, guys. But I'm just pointing this out so you guys understand that right now, the way things are, they're happening to enlighten you. And with Mercury going in the direction that it is going, you need to realize, Gemini, that it is meant to enlighten you. It is not meant to cause you harm. And if you feel like you are being overrun, overwrought, or just low in energy, the blessing of the shining ones is they're kind of giving you this renewal of your aura. But it's not just like your aura around your body, it's your inner aura. It's the aura of the soul, which the Fae see in all of us. They see that. They know who we are based on how we are in ourselves, in our true spirit. And so the beauty of this card is it's coming in to help kind of renew this while everything's gone on in your 11th and 12th house, to remind you that, hey, there are people out there who see you for you. And that doesn't make the world feel so lonely or erratic. Like, it makes you feel more connected. It makes you feel better, I would say, and not just better as in overall well-being, but it makes you feel a little bit more at peace in the world. And I think, honestly, Gemini, that's kind of what you need. So give me a moment here. I'm like, oh, I'm dying. And also, go connect to water. I don't know why I'm drinking like water and just getting all of this like hot energy, but I feel the need to say, if you feel literally dried out, even though you're an air sign, air and water mix together to create air, just saying. So hydrogen and oxygen, that's how the air signs are created. So if you feel like you need to go take a quick swim in the pool or something like that with water, please do it. Just cleanse, do a water cleanse, in the shower, not like a water cleanse like a detox. You could even do, I know in Houston, they have like this company that does juice cleanses. I would say that's more like a Cancerian thing, because usually when the water signs detox, they just go to water, like they feel it. And also, we do have a water sign full moon coming up too, so that might be a pivotal role, or doing moon baths or moon rituals or moon cleansings, things like that, or smudging. That's definitely an air sign thing. Smudging, you could do that. Paleo Santo is great. White sage, and before anybody tells me white sage is a closed practice, I am mixed, and my guides don't care about that. Okay, so anybody who cares about that, don't even get me started, because I'm mixed, and my guides are like, we don't care about that. And the truth is if you're casting with purity of intention, that's really what matters. It doesn't matter about closed practices, or at least my guides don't care, because I'm mixed. Okay, so they don't care. Like, spirits told me we really don't care. I'm like, yeah, I know. People are just putting limitations on it just to do it, because they're trying to come from a good place, but it's more limiting, and spirit isn't about that life. Okay, so whatever you feel comfortable with, you go do it. But if anybody is just saying like white sage is closed, I am mixed with indigenous, so it doesn't matter to me what you use as long as you know what you're using it for. Okay, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, you could do dragon's blood, you could do sandalwood, you could do frankincense, myrrh, what have you. Rose would be good for invoking something, but some people do use rose to cleanse, but I have found it's not as strong. I have to use, I gotta go in with the big stuff. So, like sandalwood, frankincense, myrrh, patchouli, nutmeg. I have to go in with, real folk magic kind of herbs. The rose, as much as I love rose as an incense, it cleanses, but it doesn't keep things away for very long for me. So, just keep that in mind. You can use it, but if you're doing, heavy psychic energy, I would do something a little stronger and then go back over it with rose. Okay, like rose incense or something like that if you needed to. You could do Nagachampa. I'm not a big fan of that one just because every time I smell it, it makes me sneeze a lot. So I don't know if it's just, I like the original, but there was one that made me just heavily sneeze the whole time I was somewhere. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with what I know. I was in a shop, I was going to buy that one too, and I was like, never mind, it's not for me. But you can use Nagachampa in a pinch, so if you have to. So other than that, Gemini, that's really all I have for you. I'm wishing you the best this week. You have the blessing of the shining ones. And since you have blessing of the shining ones, if you need to do sun water, you need to make solar water, there you go. You've got it. Shining with the sun, perfect. Just if you do it in a glass place, don't keep it in the sun for too long. You don't want to start a fire with the reflection of the water in the glass, okay? So do it for maybe 5 minutes. Keep it away from windows. Or if you need to, you can use solar crystals. That would be a good one. Solar crystals or root chakra crystals, jasper, fire quartz, lemon quartz. Oh, love lemon quartz. That one's a beautiful one. It's colorful like lemon, but it gives sun energy. So that one's a fun one. But yeah, that's all I have for you, Gemini. Till we speak again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you would like to leave me a tip.